North Attleboro High School. I'm Lalentica.
And I'm Lily. Welcome back to the Rocket Report, and thank you for joining us on this tireless Tuesday. Hey, Lalentica, have you ever been trapped in a dust storm or a flood?
Thankfully not, but people in Greece recently faced a severe one. The powerful storm front that recently lashed Greece brought gale-force winds combined with Sahara dust storm and flooding. On the mainland, Greek media reports said a 55-year-old man died after becoming trapped under a car as he was swept by surging waters some 16 miles northeast of the Greek capital of Athens. A fire department told state radio that fire engines responded to some 500 calls for assistance, including cutting fallen trees, pumping water out of flooded homes, and rescuing 33 people trapped by the high floodwaters. Power was down in various suburbs of Athens, while traffic became snarled in the city center from downed trees and cars stalled as a result of high waters. On other islands in the Aegean, streets turned into small rivers while stormy seas compounded with heavy rains in coastal areas. On the island of Paros, vehicles were swept away while a small bridge collapsed. The island's mayor said schools were closed on Thursday.
Wow, I really hope one of those never comes here. But now, over to sports.
Victories within the mile. Almost there, don't give up now. Only thing that's on my mind is who won.
The Red Sox lost again to the Brewers 8-6. Tonight at 6:45, they play the Brewers again. Tonight at 7 p.m., the Bruins play the Hurricanes and the Celtics play the Hornets at 8 p.m. Today at North, varsity boys and girls track meet against Stoughton. That's all for sports, and now it's time to look at the weather. Today there will be a high of 50 and a low of 24, with rain showers in the morning followed by a partial clearing in the afternoon. That's all for the weather. Now over to hot takes.
Good morning, guys. I'm here with my good pal Ryan. We made a promise to you on Monday. We will not dilly-dally upon that. Today, would you rather find cockroaches or tarantulas in your house? Now, Ryan doesn't have a mic yet, so before he gets there, I would really like to give my take about why tarantulas is just infinitely better. So first off, they kill literally every other bug in your house, so you literally have a free at-home cleaner. They are easily killable compared to, cockroaches, the nuke-resistant bug. Don't know why it is, but it is. And they don't smell. That's what I got.
So, what I'm going to say about it is, tarantulas are scary, freaky. Cockroaches
can fly.
I don't care that they can fly. They're not as scary as tarantulas. Are you kidding me? You see like a death spider. It looks like a death spider. Okay, I get it. Tarantulas might not be like venomous or poisonous or whatever. I know they're not. That is scary. Okay, and first of all, tarantula, if I wake up and a tarantula is crawling on my face, I'm moving out of my house, first of all. If a cockroach is on my face, I'd be like, all right, that's bad, but we're still kicking. I can stay in the house, okay? We're still kicking.
Pause. So, you would, I'm going to be honest with you. King. I'm going to be so for real with you. If I find any insect on my face and found out that my house was infested with it, I would not be there. It doesn't matter if it was a tarantula or a cockroach. It could be a fly. I'm not there anymore. Let's get that out of the way immediately. If my house is infested with bugs and one lands on my face, it's over. But we have to pick one here, and I'm picking tarantula every day of the week because cockroaches, they're literal parasites. What are you possibly going to do against a cockroach that you could not do against a tarantula?
What am I going to possibly do against a tarantula? This giant spider that can just move around at light speed. Not light.
Cockroaches can fly. They can fly.
I hear that they can fly. I don't care. It doesn't matter that they can fly. They just look like little. They just look like little bugs. They're decently big. But a tarantula is like a giant hairy spider. That is the scariest thing you could ever see.
No.
Imagine. Listen. Imagine. Okay, you ready? You're tucking in the bed. Right? You're getting ready to sleep, right? Which would you rather see on your wall when you turn off those lights? So you see like a little thing crawling? I would rather see a cockroach on my wall when I'm trying to sleep than a tarantula. If I see a tarantula crawling on my wall when it's dark in my room, I am going to freak out. If it's a cockroach, I'm like,
you wouldn't really see cockroaches often because cockroaches like to go inside your walls. How would you like to feel if you had a dry wall and all of the insides was cockroaches? You have one small little hole and all the cockroaches crawl out of your wall. You would rather have that? Is that what you're telling me?
Yes, because they're inside my wall. They're not outside my wall. They're not outside my wall like a tarantula. I don't care. They can stay on my wall. If it means beating it. I
didn't say they stay there. I said they sit there. I didn't say they stayed.
A tarantula's not hiding in your walls. He's crawling on your house actively.
So today we learned that Ryan is nothing but rage bait society. But that's all I really have for you guys. Now over to the morning announcement.
And now it is time for the morning announcements. Thank you guys so much for that. Today is Tuesday, April 7th, and it is the day 5. The order of the periods is 5, 6, flex, 7, 1, and 2. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Please remain standing for a moment of silence. Today for lunch, pizza.
There is no food allowed in the locker room. Water is the only drink permitted. Failure to adhere to these rules will result in an automatic write-up.
The 2026 prom will be held at Lakeview Pavilion on Friday, May 29th from 6 to 9 p.m. Tickets will be $85 and available for purchase through GoFan from April 6th through April 17th. To buy tickets, scan the QR code on prom posters around the school or use the GoFan link when school's sales open on April 6th. Please note that tickets will not be available after April 17th.
Bringing a guest to the 2026 prom, please be sure to pick up an outside NAHS guest permission slip from Miss Roy, Miss Salisbury, Miss Udall, Mr. Tebow, or the main office. Once the form is completed, all guest permission slips must be returned to Miss Reynolds in the main office for approval. Please make sure all steps are completed by April 17th to ensure your guest is cleared to attend.
Attention juniors, it's time to pay your class dues. Class dues are $15 for junior year. If you have not yet paid any dues, you owe $35. Dues will be collected during base camp on April 9th. You can also drop your dues to Mr. Tebow in room 209 or Miss Udall in room 208. Please be aware that if you do not pay your dues, you may not be eligible to attend prom. If you have any questions about your balance or what you owe, please contact C. Tebow at naschools.net or S. Udall at naschools.net.
The NAHS yearbook is having a sale through April 17th. This is our last sale of the year, so take advantage of 15% off a yearbook using code SPRING26, all caps. Please go to yearbookforever.com to purchase.
And that is all we have for today, and go Big Red!